Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Tone's Market Analysis for Wednesday, September 27th. I am currently in Milan, Italy at Blockchain Lab. Thank you for hosting me. It's been awesome. I finally have a workstation. London was a lot of fun, but now it's finally going to get to do some work. And hey, thank you for tuning in, guys. It's actually really late. It's 11 p.m. here in Europe. I still have to write a presentation. We'll see how long I can make this video. I have access to the office 24/7, which is great. Yeah, and tomorrow is going to be like an all-day event day for me, and then we'll take it from there. But a lot of things just happened in Bitcoin today with the price, and I had to do this video, so the presentation making will have to wait. All right, let me share a screen, and we'll jump right into it. Let me see if I can do it right with the application. I dox myself less this way. All right, do I still have a website? Who the hell knows? The calendar is somewhat out of whack. I will be in Prague next week, that's for sure. After that, I'm in California. So in Prague, in addition to the conference on September 6th, I am, and I'll mention it again later in the video, I am going to do a small 3-hour trading seminar at a hotel with a projector, things like that. I believe I already have like 7 people signed up. This is not free. It will cost. So if you are in Prague and you're going to be in Prague on October 4th, and this will probably be around 4 or 5 o'clock. It would be after work to accommodate people that have jobs. So if you are interested, definitely shoot me an email. My email is in the description of the video. And then I'll be in California, where I'm also teaching a blockchain seminar. And I'm also speaking at the LA meetup as well the day after my seminar. So I'll be busy. All right, let's talk markets. Let's talk traditional markets. I know a lot of people aren't as interested in the traditional market. So let's get that out of the way, and then we will talk about Bitcoin. All right. Here's the S&P 500. I'm not surprised at all. This is the daily S&P 500. I don't want to draw another box because it's too early. I wanted it to go higher to draw my box. But remember, like some people already know, there's a golden rule that I have. Double tops are not a resistance point. Like a double top is not resistance. So here's the S&P 500 zoomed in. I'm not even going to talk about anything like in the past, right? Here it is, all right? You had a clear top. There it is. I don't even draw them in red. Right there. Here's your top, right? You had a top. You had 3 days to get out at the top. That's not a top that's going to last. You don't get 3 chances to think about exiting at the top. You just don't. That's not how markets work. So look what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later, you had a chance to exit even higher than that. And the S&P 500 is going to go up and up and up. I mean, there's zero indication of a top, none. Anyone that's telling you the market is too expensive and it's going to crash, and these people have been saying it for years, they don't know what they're talking about. They just need to sell you newsletters. That's all they really need to do. Okay. Hey, Rich, if you're watching, I hope you can put together questions. I do have multiple monitors here, which is beautiful. Thank you for your donations in general, but I already have a question with the donation. Let me just copy it so I don't forget it. I will get to your question soon. Let me just paste it in here. All right, perfect. Save that for later. I'll get to your question. Okay, so S&P 500 is going higher. I'm like, I don't even want to draw the box. I think it's gonna go higher, like, tomorrow or whenever. Like, I'm complete confidence in the stock market. Let me glance at the indicator, and Okay, so here, yeah, I mean, again, it's textbook. Well, for me, it's textbook, right? So I didn't even know there was a 9. I've been busy, guys. It's been like a week since I did this video. I don't even know when I did this video last, and I had no idea these numbers were coming. So here's a 9, right? So what is the 9 telling me here, right? We're in a bull market on a daily chart. I haven't even looked at the weekly yet. Statistically, the most likely outcome after a 9 is a 1 to 4 day pullback and then higher. How much higher? Well, quite possibly higher to the 13, right? So you had a 9 here. This 9 kicked off something that ended on a 13 there. So the 9, I got to make these more audio friendly. So there was a toppy 9 on July 24th, and that when it didn't really crash and it started to go back up, the trend from the 9 ended on September 12th. We just got another 9. If we start to go higher, you have this bottom count going all the way to the 13, and then we'll see. We'll see where that ends. But like bullish, just bullish. Jeez. I have no fear in the stock market right now, none. And September is historically a weak month, and we're about to end it. So got 3 more days before the worst month in statistical stock market just flew by. All right, here's the weekly. Had these arrows in forever. This green arrow's been here forever. This red arrow, little pullback. We're going higher again, higher. There's nothing I can say. I can glance at my indicator just to make sure we don't have a weekly 9 that's gonna worry me. But oh god, this is just like amazing. Look, you had a 9 sell indication the week of March 6th. The week of March 6th. Okay, what are you looking for? Well, most likely outcome is a 1 to 4 week pullback. Nope, I got another question. Let me copy that. I am looking at the chat, guys, but the only questions I'm going to notice right now are the donation questions because they stand out. Those of you that are watching Super Chat would understand. Those that are watching it after the fact, no idea what I just said. So there was a 9 with the most likely outcome, a 1 to 4 week pullback. Lasted 5 weeks, let's not split hairs here. And then higher. And then this 9 kicks off something called a countdown, which ended last week. But guess what happened during this time to the countdown that ended last week? There was another 9, which statistically tells me there was a 1 to 4 candle pullback, and you had 1, 2, 3 candle pullback, and now you're going higher. So this 9 kicked off yet another countdown, which is currently on number 8. So you're looking at, for this 8 to be another 13, and they don't have to be consecutive, right? So it would be a minimum of 5 weeks to the upside. Though it also doesn't have to be to the upside. It could be like here, and you can still get a 13. But anyway, again, a fair chunk of the people that watch me now have been my clients. So if you are completely confused on what this indicator is, you're on your own, guys. I owe a lot of people time. I know a lot of people paid me for the consulting, prepaid for the time. Please, remind me that I owe you an hour of my time. And if I can't get it done in Italy here over the weekend, where I'll be, have some free time over the weekend and have, office space. I don't think anyone works here on the weekend, so it'll be nice and quiet. I don't get to do much sightseeing, guys. Today I did a little, but that's about it. Another question off of a tip. I'm saving that. So we'll do it that way. Cool. I'm saving your questions, guys. I'll get to them all. Yeah. So, I mean, S&P 500 bullish. Let's move on. Gold. Now, gold is interesting. See, this is how I know people aren't traders. So last time I did this video, which I can only assume, is this daily? Did I really do it 4 days ago? Only for the, oh, I have this arrow and I have this trade up. When did I do this video last? Probably 4 or 5 days ago. Well, wherever it was, right? I haven't looked at this chart since, by the way. So it's none of these things have like been drawn to trick you. Okay, if you're watching this for the first time, just go back and watch older videos. I almost never draw on my charts. If I draw on my charts that isn't on live video, I'm drawing it for the purposes of tweeting it out. So if you see something drawn on my chart and it wasn't in the video, there's a 90% chance I changed the drawing in order to tweet it out. So it's a very rare event where I change something on my chart without informing you guys. The only time that can actually happen is if I need to take a screenshot of the chart for a presentation and the arrows are in the way and stuff like that, right? So that's the only case. Like if I'm working on a presentation and I need this chart, I may change the drawings, but like I'm not, again, all my content is free unless you want extra, right? So like, I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't even trade this stuff. I don't have time to trade it, right? So I don't care if I'm wrong. So why am I going to trick anyone to pretend that I get everything right? I don't. But here's the gold, which is very, very interesting, right? As you can see, last video, I put in this trade. I haven't looked at it since, right? I just did a trade for the camera. And I said gold is bullish because it's bouncing off of and I have to turn on the indicator now because I'm assuming maybe there was a 9. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I had a feeling there was a 9 there. I'm like, I had to have drawn this trade. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I had my 9 with a green arrow in the code, right? So, okay, I have triple support. I have 50-day moving average. Whatever this horizontal line is from the past, I trust my previous TA. And I had a 9. I didn't have a reversal candle, but I'm sure I mentioned it, okay? So all of this combined said, holy shit, give me at the least a 1 to 4 tradable bounce, tradable reversal. And if it keeps going, I'll keep my trade. So as you can see, this trade worked out. It immediately reversed to the upside. But then you say, aha, but it never reached your target. And the question is, if you're a good trader, it doesn't matter. The moment you were profitable in this trade, you raise your stop loss. If I had looked at this trade, 2 days ago when it was breaking up to the upside, I would have raised my stop loss so that there's no way this trade can cost me money. But I also remember what I said about the gold weekly chart. Now, here's the gold weekly chart. On the long-term view, we broke out. But I have to zoom in because this is where people got very confused. Very confused by this. You should not be trading stuff, anything, like anything. Just put it down. Put it down. Okay, don't like save your money. Go give it to a homeless guy. Okay, this is what you should be doing, because at the same time as I put a bull trade on the daily chart, I put a short trade on the weekly chart. If you don't understand what I mean, what I meant when I did that, you should not be trading. You shouldn't be trading. At least not yet. You go and learn. You go study and you go and learn. Because if you're making money and you have no idea what I said, it's daily bullish, it's weekly bearish. And they were both very tradable. So I traded to the upside and I traded to the downside. But they are on different time frames. So there's two ways to think about this. Either if you're a long-term trader You ignore the daily bull move and you either short it or you wait a few days to short it. If you are a day trader and not a long-term trader, you play the daily bullish trade, you buy gold, but because the weekly is bearish, you have a very, very tight stop, very tight, because you know you are trading to the upside against the trend of the downside, okay? You don't put the two trades on, obviously, at the same time because they will cancel each other out. I should not have to explain this to anyone. If you're a trader, and I keep saying, my YouTube channel is for more advanced traders. I'm not here to tell you when to buy and sell. You will lose all your money. You'll learn how to trade. So why last week did I put a bearish trade on the weekly and a bullish trade on the daily? Well, I explained the bullish trade on the daily. I had 2 support points plus a tradable 9 to the upside for 1 to 4 candles, and then probably down even more than this 9. Okay. Now, sorry guys. Now let's see. Oh, beautiful. Okay, that's why I traded it to the downside. Exactly. I had this 9. See this red arrow? It's orange. It's not a great. And there was a red arrow here. I was already looking at this for potential downside in gold. I've been bad at predicting gold lately, but these were amazing. So because of this 9, and there's the short. So as you can see, the bull trade was profitable. It didn't reach the target, so you would have stopped out, with some gains. But your short trade was perfect, and you're in the short. It's a reversible 9. So this could be a 1 to 4 week pullback, possibly right into this area, and then we will go higher, probably. Okay. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get a 13 on the daily, going maybe another red 9 on a daily. 3 weeks, over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Let's see if we can get another one of these 9s. But next time, see, here's the thing, right? This 9 here telling you to go long gold on the daily conflicted with this 9 telling you to go short on the weekly. But in 2 weeks from now, it's sometime over the next 1 to 4 weeks, you can have a weekly in combination with a daily reversal, and then you go long both time frames. Okay, this is what you need to understand. Again, I'm trying to explain this as an educational channel, not Tone told you to buy gold. If someone tweets at me and said I told them to buy something and they lost all their money, at this point I might as well laugh at them, right? I mean, you have to learn how to trade. You have to learn how to trade. Okay, I do these videos because I enjoy it. It's as simple as that. Learn how to trade. I don't have the time to teach everyone how to trade, even if you pay me. So, either learn on your own or find someone credible, not a scammer, and learn from them. Find a professional trader. And they're very few and far between in the crypto space. All right. Anyway, that's it for gold, guys. This trade, I'm removing it. It's done. Where's my delete button? I'm working with a nameless keyboard, a blank keyboard. I kind of like those. Keeps me on my toes, making sure I know where the buttons are. Yeah, so the daily trade's done. The daily's a short. Once you broke the 50-day moving average right there, boom, and you had a red 2 lower than a red 1. So this is hindsight. It'll be hindsight, but I don't care, right? The short play was right here. Where was the low of this candle? This is yesterday's candle, 926. The low yesterday was 1291. So as of 1292, you're short on the daily chart. Okay. As of 1290, not 1292. Same thing. There it is. As of 1290, you're short. Now, how far are you short? Well, I don't know, pretty far. Probably more than that. I'll take it down to about maybe 250. I don't know. 250 sounds good. What's your stop loss? Not that high. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's do that. $2 over. There it is. There's your daily trade, right? Oh, perfect. Right at the 200-day moving average. That was the trade. Now, if I saw this yesterday, this is what I would have done. I mean, it's not even that much hindsight, right? So as a trader, you need to understand why. Why would I have shorted as of 290? There's one. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see how many reasons there are for me to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. I have 4.5 reasons to short gold daily at this price, at 1290. Okay, let's talk about them. First of all, this can't be the low because you had 3 freaking days to exit. It hit 1300. That's 1300, right? So 1290. It had support. It had the 50-day moving average support. It broke it with some volume. One reason. It had this horizontal line of 1290 I had from the past. Second reason. This 9 statistically told me it's 1 to 4 days to the upside, then down all the way to a 13 count. Here's 1, here's 2, all the way to 13. That's reason number 3. Reason number 4 is these counts. With these counts, the moment a red number is lower than the previous red number, it's an indication of a potential short. So there was a short right here. The moment this 2 went below this 1, guess what just happened? You just had a 2 today that went below this 1. That's 4 reasons to short this thing on daily at 1290. Okay, if I did this video last night, it's what I would have told you. Or if I did this video this morning, it's what I would have told you. It doesn't change. The moment it's profitable enough, you set a break-even stop. In addition, the weekly is a short. The weekly is a short. After this 9, there's a 1 to 4 week pullback and then bounce. So I have multiple weeks to figure this out, or maybe at least a week, right? And then look at all the support. You have a Fibonacci line, you have a trend line, you have a 50-week moving average, you have a 200-week moving average. All of this crazy support. So yeah, but the support ain't coming in till 1250. So I'm good till 1250. So this is a high reward, low risk trade. That's what you want to trade. And if you only get this trade once a month, then you only trade once a month. People think that I know where shit is gonna go every minute of every day. Come on, guys, that's silly. I don't know that stuff. When something is obvious to me, I throw a trade right here in the video. So here they are. All right, let's save this. Let's close gold. Weekly gold. Let's close gold. Rich, I hope you're around to take questions, man. I know people usually complain when I talk about gold too much, but like gold's been a problem for me lately to predict, but not last week. Last week I freaking nailed it. Oh, this is interesting. So this is gold on a monthly chart, right? And this is why I'm more in love with this indicator than when I learned it in my Wall Street days. Look, freaking the all-time high in gold came on a 9 with a red arrow. I'm not making these numbers up, guys. It's in the code. It's in the code. I turned it off. I turned the code on. I'm not hand drawing these things. You know, simple math, by the way, too. Simple math. Not easy to code, but simple math. Boom, right here, all-time high in gold. Told you to be cautious. And then we had another one. This is a monthly chart, right? So you had this 9 telling you most likely scenario is a 1 to 4 week pullback, then higher. But here's the thing. So you're like, so people are going to complain, right? So I was like, Tone, but you're saying most likely probability is a 1 to 4 candle pullback, then higher. But we never went higher. Well, correct, right? So you go for a 1 to 4 week pullback, and then you reevaluate. If we would have gotten back up to the all-time high, remember, double tops are unicorns. They're not resistance points. They're breakout points. You buy the shit out of a double top the moment it gets back to the double top, okay? Only on long-term horizons. Like, people had to have forgotten about the previous one. It has to be on a long-term horizon, right? Like, if there's but even on a long-term horizon, like, it would just bust out. Like double tops are so rare on all time frames, insanely rare. I would say like 10% of the time, double tops are actually useful as reversals or whatever. Yeah, well, you reevaluate after 4 candles, and if it starts to go down, then you keep riding it, right? So here we went 1, 2, 3 months down, and then we started to trend up, right? So good. So now you're trending up, and then here, most recently, the 2 was above the 1, so you can buy, and you're above the moving average, and this count is going to 13. So the monthly chart of gold is bullish. I don't like gold personally anymore, but hey, it's bullish. The monthly chart's bullish. We'll see how long it lasts, but it's bullish. All right, let's close that. Oil. It looks like my oil trade's working out. Again, the double top. Like, I guess last time I did the video, there were all these, like, you know, high probability, low risk, high reward trades. Look, I had this channel. This channel's been working great, but we busted out of the channel and we busted above the moving average. Right? I'm like, okay, cool. What do I see? Well, guess what? I see a double top. I see a double top with this doji candle. So what happens off the double top, off the doji? You had here, here, here. I'm like, well, this thing is definitely going to bust out. So the moment it busts out, you go long. I don't remember when, maybe I did this before the candle, after the candle. I have no idea. I don't remember what I did last video, guys. There a lot of drinking in London. Hey, shout out to the guys in London, man. Trooper. I got to use nicknames here. I don't want to. I don't want to, like, dox people. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna. I want to make sure I use nicknames. Kazama, there you go. Shout out to Trooper. Shout out to Kazama. Shout out to oh shoot, wow, it's a late night already. Man, I want to do my shout outs because guys took care of me in London. Oh, Nindy, shout out, Nindy. Hey man, thanks. The first night you organized the powwow group, Nindy. Hey man, thanks for showing me around, man. That was really cool. And David Fox, you too, man. Shout out. Keep working on bit by bit. So shout out to the guys in London, guys. But it was a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, not something not something I can continue doing. Anyway, so boom, there it is, right? That was my oil trade. Why did I make that trade, right? It's not, look, it's not important made money or not. What's important is you understand why you made the trade, okay? The reason why I put this trade up there is because we were breaking out off the double top. I'm like, okay, good. And where's my reasonable target? Well, my reasonable target is all the way up here. I have a Fibonacci line. I have a, and that target is at $60, right? I have a Fibonacci line. I have a moving average line. I got another tip with a question or a comment. Let me copy paste that. I wanna make sure I save those because they're gonna go off the screen, guys. All right. Anyway, yeah. So there it is, right? The trade was a bust out. Now at this point, dude, you gotta lower that stop. You gotta lower it, like, look below the candle, right? So that's it, right there. Look how far I just lowered it. Like, look at your risk reward now. Go check out this trade, right? Oh man, it's way up there. Shoot. Look, check out this trade. Your target is 16% up. Your risk is 1.2% down. Okay? You adjusted to the low of the week's candle. Done. The moment next candle goes higher, boom, I'm raising it. It's a trade that can't cost you money unless there's, like, I don't know, Did they discover an oil reserve over the weekend or something? That's the biggest one we ever have. But those are black swan events. You can't plan for those. Buy a put contract. Oh man, guys, just wait till the crypto space gets options. There's nobody in the crypto space that knows how to trade options. Talk about an expertise that that I have. I don't know anyone else in the crypto space that understands options. I hope the guys that are going to build you options at Ledger X understand options, because I haven't met anyone in the crypto space that understands options, and that's what I trade in real life. Am I going to trade it on crypto? I don't know yet. Let's see how good their platform is. The euro, well, the euro trade's working out. Jesus Christ, like everything's working out, guys. Yeah, if only I wasn't, partying in London for 4 days straight. I actually had a chance to take a look at some of these things. Oh, I forgot the numerical indicator on oil, but it wasn't going to show anything anyway. I saw it from the candles. The euro finally worked out. Damn, I guess 3rd time's the charm, huh? Yeah, you keep making the same trade. Okay, so you lost a little bit. So you lost a little bit. So you lost a little bit. And then, boom, you hit it. Because the trade hasn't changed. The trade hasn't changed. Oh, I got another question, guys. Have to paste that. There we go. Trade hasn't changed, and now you get to lower your stop, right? I mean, let's zoom in on this. This is the weekly, right? This is the weekly candles on the euro. On the euro, okay? So here it is. So look, now that's it. This trade shouldn't cost you money, because now I can lower this. Oh, I can't lower it like lower. That's it. That's it. There's no risk. I mean, I'll put it above this candle for 1 more week, right? But that's it. There's no risk at this point, right? So you are looking to make 5% on a currency trade, which is leveraged to the gills, and you're only risking 0.31%. I mean, that's a risk-reward ratio. That's a real risk-reward ratio, okay? Risk-reward ratio, 15.87% right now. No, not 8%, sorry, almost 16x your risk to reward, all right? That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it, okay? Now, you got to be careful here, because that's the 200-week moving average, and it's holding the price up. So you got to be a little cautious. You could have taken your profit right there and waited. But the moment this thing drops below this moving average, all the way down, there's nothing here. There's no support here. There's empty air. Complete emptiness from here to here. This is why you don't want things to go up in a straight line. It's just boom, straight down, okay? There's nothing there, no support, okay? And that's why that is my target. No support at all. It can make a new support, but there's nothing there to look at. There's nothing there to watch, okay? Yeah, plug in my computer for to charge it up here. All right. That's it. So that's the day. Let me glance at let me not forget the indicator now. Is there a 9 nearby? Well, there was a 9 here. We did go back up. Yeah, you could have gotten long again, but then you would have like got the hell out around here. But when I did the short trade, I mean, that was the trade. That was the short trade. All right, let's save that. Let's close it. No, let's not close it yet. Let's look at the weekly. Sorry, let's look at the daily. And here's the daily, right? Look, I was wrong. I was wrong right here. I was wrong right there off the shooting star. So what? So you're wrong. So you had a losing trade. Big deal. Look what happened a week later. Boom, you got another shooting star. The same exact trade. Same trade. Do it again. And then boom, you're going all the way down. It's almost at the target. Let's throw the indicator on. Let's see if there's anything we want to extend the target. Yeah, it's on a 5. The 2 was trading lower than the 1. You go short. There's no way I'm leaving this target. I'm extending it. No reason to leave it there. I don't even know how far I'm going to extend it, because on a weekly chart, this looks like shit. And on a day, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my. I don't see any support. Maybe here? No. Oh boy. That's not good. I guess here. Here it is. Here's your support, guys. I think I hold shift. No, I don't hold shift. What the hell did I just do? Oh God, what happened? Put it here. There we go. I mean, maybe. See, that's clean support, right? Because you see how it broke out and then it came back to test it. It broke out, then it came back to test the support. This was in like June, right? But the next time it broke out, it never tested it. So I don't even know what color to use here. Let's use like lighter yellow or something, right? So yeah, it broke out here as well. It broke out there as well, but it never retested it. It never retested it, right? So because it never retested it, I don't know. I don't like it. Let's all right. I'll put it here for now. There's a high probability I'm going to lower this target. If it keeps falling, I'm lowering the target. But this is also on a 5 of 9. So I'm waiting for it to get to a 9. I'm going to probably take profit, look for a 1 to 4 day bounce because. Okay, so let me do the arrows. I know you guys want me to get to the Bitcoin, right? So you break below the 50-day moving average. You go until there's maybe a 9, and now you flip that. You go back into the moving average, which is going to wrap around, and then you're going to once again go lower. Now, is it going to happen that way? I have no idea, but statistically, this is what I'm looking at. And this is why the trade is doing what it's doing. All right. So let's see. Hey, thanks for your tip, Andy, but I'm not sure. I think you want me to get to the Bitcoin, it sounds like. All right, let's save that. Let's close this. All right, now the euro is done. All right, so now let's talk about Bitcoin. I got 1,000 viewers, guys. Hey, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Right now, I am at Blockchain Lab. I am speaking here. It's somewhere in here. I'm speaking here tomorrow. It's totally sold out. After that, I'm off to Prague, where I'm speaking. And if you're in Prague and you want to attend like a 3-hour trading seminar, I am going to rent out space at a hotel on the 4th of October in the evening after work. So like 5 to 8, you know, something like that. I haven't decided yet, right? So if you are in Prague and you're interested, this would not be free. It would probably be either 0.05, somewhere between 0.05 and 0.1 Bitcoin. It depends on how many people show up. But shoot me an email if you're interested, tone@protonmail.ch. And I'm trying to see how much interest I have in that event. I think 6 or 7 people are already interested. If it makes sense, we'll rent out a room and I'll do it, okay? And I'll try to do it after work for the people in Prague so that it's not a bother. And after that, I'm off to LA. There I am right here somewhere. Jimmy Song's going to be there as well. And I will be teaching my full day trading seminar, which is right here. It's only $200. I believe close to 40 people have already signed up. And I know I promised you guys some homework. So here's what I'm going to do. This weekend on my website, I'm going to there's always been a learn trading section on my educational part of my website, libertylifetrail.com. So this weekend, I'm going to start putting content there for you to learn the basics so that you're more prepared for the seminar, okay? So sometime this weekend, I will be putting stuff there, and that would be stuff for you to learn, all right? And I will be at a meetup as well. I'll show you guys the link next time, right after, the day after my professional trading techniques. And October 30th, I will be in Ukraine for Blockchain Day. Here I am. I guess I'm the headliner. Maybe hopefully they'll get some more important people than me. So we'll see. And of course, the scaling event, but I'm not going to speak there. All right. So those were pretty much, that's pretty much what I had to say. Yeah, so Prague, if you're interested in Prague, email me for my 3-hour private seminar. Okay. Bitcoin time. Let's talk Bitcoin. All right, let me explain this. Let me explain it because people seem to be very confused. Why is this not pulling up? What's going on here? Come on, come on, come on. All right, while it's doing that, I'm putting together a brand new presentation for future meetups and stuff, and it's going to be about the .com bubble versus the ICO bubble that's going to happen, and they're exactly the same. And in my research, I happen to pull up the NASDAQ, and I happen to have my indicator on the NASDAQ, and these are monthly. This is a monthly chart of the NASDAQ, so I can make it a candles, right? And as you can see, I had no idea this was going to be expected, but oops. As you can see, the bubble, the 2000 .com bubble, just happened to fall on a monthly 9, which is again absolutely amazing. They don't always work, and then you had another 9 here in 2003, led to a tradable pullback. Another 9 here in 2006 led to a tradable pullback. Remember, these are monthly candles. And then you had a 9 right there. My God. You had a 9 right there in December of 2007. Talk about a tradable pullback. Wow. And then, this one just a month. This one, a nice tradable pullback. Now, again, are there self-fulfilling prophecies involved here on the monthly? Maybe, because remember, Wall Street uses this. You don't, but Wall Street does. I know they do. Shit, where do you think I learned it? So there you go. Useful. All right. Actually, I need this chart because I'm working on it'll be part of my presentation. Anyway, all right, future presentation. I don't know why this isn't loading, but anyway, here's what I was going to say about Bitcoin. Okay, so 2013, in hindsight, the Willy bot was bad. The Willy bot was helping to drive the price higher, and driving the price higher creates publicity for Bitcoin. Yeah, there was Cyprus, and yes, there was US Senate hearings, and yes, there was the Silk Road bust, and so anyway. Oh, wow. Okay. Am I still sharing? Oh, yeah, that was a pop-up. Kill it. All right, let's try this one more time. Oh, we're working now. Excellent. So, but the Willy bot was helping to drive the price up, and everything kind of escalated, right? So let's talk about what happened the first half of this year. The first half of this year, everyone was, arguing over the block size. Spammers were spamming the shit out of the Bitcoin blockchain. Everybody kept talking how Bitcoin, it has all of these transactions, it can't handle it. Everyone's using Bitcoin. Articles are writing about everyone's using Bitcoin. They can't scale. There's too much demand. And all of that put together helped drive the price from $700 in November. Let me double check that. Let me fact check myself. November of last year. $700 in November. There it is, 715 bucks, okay, in November. 715 in November. Even lower if you use the bottom of the week, right? All of that put together helped drive the price from 700 to 5,000. 700 to 5,000. Think about that, right? So 49,000 divided by 700. Okay, what is that? Do the math. 7x. 7x. That's huge. I mean, yeah, it's not 2013 huge, but that's huge. All right. All of that helped drive it. Now, this is what scares me. Trade block isn't working. When I see the mempool completely empty, that tells me that all of that hype that everyone is using Bitcoin was bullshit. It was bullshit. And if the hype was bullshit, and that hype helped bring Bitcoin into the news, then a lot of the price move from 700 to 5,000 was based on bullshit and lies and spam and agendas for bigger blocks and to fork Bitcoin. And therefore, it makes me nervous that we are artificially high at the moment. Now, can Bitcoin sustain the hype cycle and not go up as fast and hang around 4,000, 5,000, 6,000? Can it hang around there long enough for actual usage over the next 6 to 12 months to come, thanks to SegWit and bigger blocks in SegWit and things like that? Yes, it's possible, right? But right now, like this is fundamental. This is not technical. This is fundamental. From a fundamental perspective, Bitcoin is overpriced right now. It is overpriced right now. Now, technically, it looks bullish to me, but fundamentally, because a lot of the price rise was based on underlying lies. This is a problem. This is no different than the Willy bot, the underlying lies that some people were blind to, didn't want to listen, whatever. Okay, so therefore you gotta pay attention to that mempool. You gotta pay attention to how many transactions are happening. All right. What do we got? Oh, good. The mempool was full today, actually, later in the day, but this morning it was bone dry again. B-Trash, I don't even know why I still look. B-Trash is 2% more profitable. Them and their gigantic blocks. Who cares? I don't. It's done. Their inflation is unreasonable, unstable. Done. Okay, let's go to Twitter. God, so many people. This is like half the people I interact with on Twitter. It's like the cab driver telling me what the next IPO is. It's like you get into a cab in 1999, and your cab driver who barely speaks English is telling you, hey, you know what? Pets.com is going to be huge. And Pets.com wasn't even that big. Yo, eToys. eToys is going IPO tomorrow, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. eToys. You got to do it. This is what it is, right? I have people on Twitter with like 8 followers telling me I don't know trading. It's really fascinating. It's really fascinating. All right. I don't care about other people's comments. Let's my tweets. All right. My last few tweets. Yeah, I'm gonna restate this question because it's a hard question to phrase and people were confused. There's still a day left in this poll. So the point of this poll is the following, right? I'll rephrase it. People are confused. The point of this poll is the following. A B-Trash is trading at 10% of the value of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is approximately 50% of the global market cap of all the coins. So that means that if you eliminate Bitcoin, B-Trash should be 20% of the market cap of all of the other shitcoins, right? But this poll is saying that people would not put their money in B-Trash, right? They would rather put their money in altcoins or anonymous coins or Ethereum and other ICOs. So I'm going to rephrase this question somewhat. And this is like, I don't even know what to say to this. I mean, just look at it. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. Local Bitcoin, anyway, this is news. I usually do news after the Bitcoin price. I know, everyone's in suspense. All right, let's talk about the Bitcoin price. Okay. Here's what I tweeted out. Again, this was a late night tweet. I almost didn't do it, but I haven't done anything with Bitcoin in a while, and I wanted to explain. Again, I don't know what Bitcoin is going to do every minute of every day. There are occasional points where statistically I have an advantage on a trade. I had no clue. I was not going to if I was trading, if I had time to trade Bitcoin, I wouldn't freaking touch it between 3,600 and 4,100. But the moment it crosses 4,100, it becomes a buy. Now, we're going to talk about how you actually traded at 4,100 in a minute. That's also important, okay? But this is what I meant, and this is as trading 101 as it gets, okay? You wait for it to show you the direction of where it wants to go, and then you ride it, and then you press it, and then you buy it, okay? So I was waiting for 4,100. I was waiting for 4,100 back here. Those of you that remember my prior tweets, right? This isn't the first time I tweeted out about 4,100. Where was it? Right here. No, not that one. Here. Is that it? No, that's gold. Here. No. Sort of. Was there a pre-one? Boom, right there. Okay, that was my first tweet. This was like when? September 20th. This was 7 days ago, right? Once Bitcoin goes above 4,100, it becomes a technical buy point on both daily and 4-hour charts. Well, 4-hour charts is like ages ago, right? So it doesn't matter at this point, right? And then I wrote, oops, no 400, no 4,100, back to neutral. Okay, well, it doesn't change, right? I don't retroactively change anything. Anyway, let's move on. Weekly, before we get to that daily. Weekly, what's going on weekly? Okay, long-term view, bird's eye view of weekly. I'm still scared. Still a point of concern, right? Still a point of concern. We never tested it. We never tested 1,300. Can we go to 10,000 and fall to 1,300? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But you gotta trade what's given to you, right? You have to keep it in mind. Am I worried it's gonna fall all the way down here? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is my last point of caution, right? If we fall below this, I think Bitcoin's dead. Well, like done. Like I'd be out. Like done. There are certain points it's not supposed to cross. That's that point. Maybe it'll never go back there. Maybe it won't. You know. But hey, we tested this point. We tested 700 on the way down right here. We tested 900 on the way down right here, 960. But we never tested 1350. We never tested 1350. Never did. We only fell to 1800, not 1300. So be careful here. Be careful. But you see this gap in the arrow? That wasn't by accident. That was on purpose. Go back and watch the old videos. This gap was on purpose. I made it clear that Bitcoin had to go below 2,700 in order to have an outlook for 1,300. Okay, but this is why I called 3,000 the buy. I said buy at 3,000. But if you go back down, you should take your profit, and then once you go back down, you can short. Okay, everything is a what if scenario, right? Like I said, I'm not a prophet here. Everything is statistics, indicator. That's all we can do at this point. The numbers are still red, so what does that tell you? Or what does that tell me? I'm hoping it's starting to tell you. It tells me that Bitcoin is not yet a buy on the weekly chart. According to the weekly charts, Bitcoin is not yet a buy. Okay? You need a price flip. You need a green one, and then you need a green number bigger than the previous green number. Okay, so let me explain. Here is a price flip right there, green one. The next candle did not go higher than this candle. This was the week of July 17th. So the week of July 24th did not trade higher than the week of July 17th. Therefore, it's not a buy. The buy came right here on this green arrow. And if you go to my Twitter for July, you would see me screaming buy, 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 buy. I'm waiting for the same scenario. Now, what will make this a green one later this week? Well, you go 1, 2, 3, and 4 candles back. You look at the close. When did this candle close? Oh, well, this candle closed at 4,600. So this ain't gonna be a one until 4,600. So it's probably ain't happening this week, right? Like the weekly chart is still neutral. Now the weekly chart also never gave you a sell signal, right? Because to get a sell signal, see this red line right here? That was the last sell signal we got, because this would have been, let me turn on the back test. Boom, right there, okay? Here's the back test. So you got the price flip, but the red 2 never traded lower than the red 1. So you do not short this week. But this week, the red 3 traded lower than the red 2. So there is a short on the table. And you can short. I mean, I wouldn't short Bitcoin, but you could have. Okay, this indicator, this is just one tool in your tool bag. Oh, and we're working on a countdown here on an 8, so this could go to 13 as well, right? Now, you had a price flip, but this 2 never traded below this 1. This 3 never traded below this 2. So there was never a short play, never. And I'm waiting for my long. Like the moment the weekly chart gives me a bullish entry based on this indicator, I'm gonna screen buy again, okay? Now, if I zoom out to a monthly chart, we're only on a 7, and this month still has a few days to go. So we can have a couple of more months of upside, guys. A couple of more months of upside, so we'll see. Let's see what happens. Let's go back to weekly. Okay, so there you go. So the weekly chart is still neutral. It's still neutral. So if the weekly chart is neutral, we go to the daily. Here's the daily. Here's the bird's eye view of the daily, okay? Bird's eye view of the daily. We're way above the trend channel, way above. I mean, it's something to worry about, but way above the trend channel. I'm not even looking at like MACD and RSI. All right, here's the daily. So why is there a yellow line here with a red arrow? Guys, I did this last video a long time ago. I don't remember why I drew it, but I'm going to take a guess. The reason why I drew this here is because if the price was to fall back to this yellow line at 32.50, I would have had zero confidence that it would bounce off of it. And if it doesn't bounce off of it, 3,000 is around the corner. And double bottoms don't exist in my world. So therefore, we were going to go lower. And hopefully, we weren't going lower than 27.50. Okay, that's why this arrow's there. Now, let's zoom in on a daily chart. Boom, I drew that trend line, and we busted again over the trend line. And now we're busting over the 50-day moving average. Okay, so let me go back to my tweet. And here is the $1 million question. I said that Bitcoin is a buy above 4,100. But when do you actually buy it? And that is a very good question. It's a question that is very difficult for me to answer. And my answer is, you learn how to trade, and I know for above 4,100 is a buy. How to execute it separates a good trader from a broke trader, okay? Now, I will talk about some options, but it's up to you to decide which one you actually gonna be using to execute that trade. Here is that daily chart, and we're breaking 4,100, which was a double whammy. 4,100 was a double whammy. It was both a prior high and the 50-day moving average. Okay, let's throw on the indicator. Let's see if it helps us with our entry. Let's see if the indicator helps us with our entry. All right, come on. What's taking so long here? It's calculating. There it is, finally. Let's see if the indicator helps us with our entry, right? So we had a 9. Statistically, number one scenario is a 1 to 4 day bounce, then lower. We had a giant day, totally tradable. And then I expected us to bust out for at least a couple of more days and then reevaluate. It didn't do it, okay? So it started to go down. Okay, so it was a one-day bounce, then lower. When do you enter the lower trade? And this is important. If you're going to be a trader, you would enter the short trade right there. Do you see how horrible that trade was? Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal, right? You would short Bitcoin. I was nervous this day. I think I did a video this day. You would short Bitcoin according to this indicator, and only this indicator, right? There were reasons to short here, by the way. There were reasons to short. You were back under the 50-day moving average. You were reversed from the trend line. And this 9 called for a 1 to 4 day reversal and then lower. Plenty of reasons to short right here. What day was this? 9/22. If I was a short-term day trader or a day candle day trader or swing trader, whatever, and this wasn't Bitcoin. This was a real asset, not Bitcoin. Not that Bitcoin isn't a real asset, but you know what I mean. If this was an asset I can trade in my retirement account and not GBTC, that's garbage. If this was Apple stock, let's say, right? Maybe not Apple stock, but whatever. This was a currency. I would have shorted right there, And I would have instantly made some money and then lost money, right? But by the end of the day, I see the most textbook doji the world could have given me. And by the end of the day, I only lose a tiny bit. And I'm very, very cautious going into the following day. If I didn't exit this short with a small loss, I would probably would have stuck around the next day with my short position right here, short position. And all right, let's see what happens the next day. The next day, it starts to go down a little bit. So you see it goes back to this low. But guess what? That's not a double bottom anymore. Your double bottom is right there. It's now lower. Your double bottom is now lower. So once it starts to reverse and it starts to go up, if I'm married to my trade and I can't admit that I screwed up the short, at worst case scenario, I'm out right there. I'm just out right here. Right there, I'm out. Because it traded above my previous candle. That is the most I'm willing to lose. That's my stop loss. That's it. And now I wait. Now I'm like, okay, I thought it was going to be a 9. That's going to take me all the way back down to new lows. I'm talking technical analysis here, and I'm ignoring the fact that this is Bitcoin. I would have shorted right there. I would have, at some point between this red line and this blue line, I would have realized that I'm an idiot, and I would have taken my small loss. And now I wait. What do I wait for? I wait for multiple things. One of them is a price flip. One of them, I wait for the price flip in the indicator. Boom, happened right here on the breakout above the trend line. So what do I have now? I have a price flip. One reason to look for bullish trades. I have a break of a trend line. Second reason to look for bullish trades. The next day, the 2 traded slightly higher than the 1. If I was really ballsy, I could have taken the long trade, but I probably wouldn't, as you saw from my tweet, because I have resistance at the moving average. But that's a double top, and I know double tops don't hold. So I'm waiting for it to get to 4,100 so I can go long. Now, here's the hard part. Here's the hard part. When do you actually buy? When do you actually buy? And that's hard, right? So according to this numerical indicator, you could have bought at the very top of the 2, and I probably wouldn't. But if I was, risking it, and the indicator clearly told you to buy right there. Once the 3 started trading above the 2 by more than $1 or $2, you're like, okay, it's time for me to buy, time for me to get in. All right, let me change color here. Don't like the blue. Green. It's hard to put green on green, but right there, right? So, but I was gonna wait for the 4100. Like, I don't want to get whipsawed here, okay? I don't like entering something after it has gone up so much. Like today alone, the opening was at 38, and right now we're at 42. Jesus, that's too much. That's just too much. Okay. All right. Hey, thanks for your donation, Blue Core. I'm tagging your comment. This might be another long video. I don't care. It's already past midnight here. Jesus, I do have to walk through the streets of Milan in a bit. It's pretty safe here. I don't mind. Maybe I'll sleep in their office my first night at the office, somebody else's office. Okay, so to enter this trade, I know 4100. I know 4100 is a great buy, but when do I enter? So for that, we zoom in. Let's zoom in. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's see if the 4-hour chart is helpful. So here's my 4100. Yeah, see, I don't know what the hell that is. I extend, I hit the shift button. There we go. I'm finally getting the hang of it. So we go to the 4-hour chart and we see what it tells us. Is the 4-hour chart helping us in getting in? Well, a little, right? So a couple of things going on here, right? Couple of things. You could have bought it there. You really could have. You didn't have to wait for the day's close, because you see how it spent like 2 4-hour candles knocking its head on 4100. So you could have bought it, right? What else could you have done? Well, and I've tweeted this out before. Bullish pennant. Bullish pennant. Tweeted this stuff out in the past. Bullish pennant. If you don't know it, if you've never seen it before, you may want to learn. You really want to learn. Guys, learn to trade, guys. Learn to trade. Here it is, bullish pennant, okay? You got a big pole, you got a triangle, boom, breakout. Let's go back to the chart. Nope, that's the hourly chart. Here's the 4-hour chart. Boom, you had a breakout. And then look, it was going into a triangle. Not a perfect triangle, but a triangle. So there was a pennant here. Like that, you know, after a big rise. So that's another breakout point, right? And then if we go to the hourly chart, right at 4,000, I'll need to put on the indicator. Let me see if the indicator would have helped on the 4-hour. Let's see. Nope, it's all over the place. But look, it's a buy signal, right? All right. In this current count, the moment that the 2 started trading above the 1. So again, these are early entries, right? Like, would I have advised it? No, absolutely not, right? But if you were only trading this indicator, this 2 being trading above the 1 is an entry. Now, I wasn't going to do it till 4,100, but you know, or right here, you know, 3 didn't trade above the 2, 4 traded above the 3, above 4,100, boom, you get in. Okay. Now it's still a little risky, and let's go to the hourly. Well, here's another pennant, right? I mean, that's the same thing, right? So I'm gonna grab a triangle, boom, 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 perfect textbook pennant. Perfect textbook pennant, right? Boom, boom. Wow, wow. That's an hourly chart right there. Look, boom, boom. Like here's an example. You know, boom, boom. I mean, just, you know, Google it. Google it. Boom. All right, right there. Oh, not that. That's trash. That's B trash. Okay. And look at this. Oh, wow. This is just gorgeous, right? I mean, this is what I mean. This is what I mean when just look at this on the hourly chart. Look at that. Look at this ascending triangle. Wow. No, what am I doing? Why am I drawing a horizontal line here? Oh my God. This is beautiful. I mean, I didn't see it, right? I wasn't looking. I didn't see it because I wasn't looking. I didn't see it because I missed it. I didn't see it because I wasn't looking. Like, wow. Right? Oh, no, that's a terrible triangle. Right? You know. But whatever, you get the point, right? Wow. And if you're not sure what the hell that is, Google ascending triangle. Bam, images. There. I don't know. You want to see? You want to see like generic examples of it? I mean, I've tweeted this out many times too. Or you want to see, like real life examples, like real stocks. They got them both. Okay. Like, wow. I think some people saw it. I hope people that have subscribed to the tone-based consulting service saw it. And look what happened before that. And before that, we had a pennant, right? So like all these bullish signs. Now, of course, like I said in my tweet, and that's a pennant. I mean, textbook. But I was waiting for 4,100 because of the daily chart. Like I can't look at all the time frames at the same time, right? Daily chart. All right, so now what happened? So let's say you didn't trade any of this, right? I wouldn't have. Wow, this is just, wow. I mean, if I was home in front of a computer, I probably would have been tweeting this out if I was looking at the hourly chart. So you missed it. You missed the trade. So what is the most likely outcome? Well, because we went up. Okay, well, first of all, at this point, I'm pretty confident we're breaking 5,000. Like at this point, I'm very confident we're going above 5,000 this year. Like this is it for me, right? I see no resistance anywhere here, and 5,000 is an all-time double top, and you do not get two chances to get out at the top. You just don't, right? So at this point, on the daily though, okay, so here's the thing, right? On the weekly, you're still neutral. But once the weekly goes bullish, then I say, holy shit, I got 8 to 9 more weeks of upside. And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the weekly to go bullish. But right now, that's it. Like I'm done. Like done. Nope, need an arrow here. I'm seriously bullish. How high is it going to go? I have no idea. I'm going to use the 9s. I'm going to try and time it with a 9. Like I had no idea where this 9 was going to be or this 9 was going to be. I mean, yeah, this 9 didn't call the top, but this did. I'll wait for another 9, and hopefully the 9 will come in 2 months on a monthly and on a weekly and on a daily and on a 4-hour. And if all those 9s line up together, I mean, I'm not going to sell any Bitcoin, but if you're a trader, you guys, you have to separate, right? Like, I talk about trading because trading is my expertise. I don't actually trade Bitcoin because I think it's insane to trade Bitcoin because I don't want to risk my Bitcoin on an exchange. So I just talk about trading Bitcoin because my expertise is trading just in general and technical analysis. Anyway, so that's it. As of right now, I'm bullish. Like it needs to close here, right? So but the day is almost over. What is it in New York? It's 6 p.m. in New York. I got 2 hours, right? So unless Roger Ver clones himself and start and the Roger Ver clone, he probably afford to clone himself at this point. Like if the Roger Ver clone is doing with 2x, what Roger Ver is doing with B-Trash, yeah, there could be some trouble. But yeah, so entry, most likely outcome. So here's the general outcome. Here's my view. You know, here's my view into November. I don't want to talk about the 2x hard fork. So I'm going to make this arrow. I'm going to make this arrow thick. That's the overall trend, right? That's what I'm looking for, right? I want to make sure it's like higher, right? That's the overall trend. In reality, okay. In reality, what's going to happen is most likely we go up, and then we're going to back test 4,000. And then we go higher. Okay, so that's the most likely reality. Okay, so if you did not get in on this trade at any point, you should have an opportunity on a back test to 4,000. Is it going to happen? I have no idea, none whatsoever, right? But I have a greater than a 50% probability that it will. So how do traders trade it? Well, if you could not time it on lower time frames, then you buy it right here at 4,100, but not with your whole account, right? Because, and then if you're profitable, you can either let it ride or take some of your profit. Now, if you went in with your whole account, you need to be aware that there's a high probability of a back test. So you want to take a bunch of your profit if it goes up and then pick it back up on a back test. Okay, like if you bought a bunch, if you bought it all here and it's up, sell some, wait for a pullback, and then buy back. If it never pulls back, so what? Then ride the rest. If you missed it, you can buy in a little bit, and then if you immediately start losing money, you double down on a back test to 4,100. Now, you want this back test to happen a couple of days from now. Like you want it to happen 1st of October. You don't want it to happen tomorrow, right? You want it to go up a few days, then have a bad day or two, and then buy it, right? This is the thing I was talking about with Monero, okay? But anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. I think I've already rambled on for an hour and 15 minutes. Once again, here's the 4-hour chart. Wait for the 9, right? So you only have, what do we got here? We got an hour and a half to go in this candle, and then you have 4 more candles. So if you get a 9 in the 4 times 4 in 16 hours from now, that could be a short-term backtest. Maybe the 4-hour will help you, right? So maybe the 4-hour will go to a 9. 4-hour will go to a 9, you know, at 4,300 or whatever, you know, 4 more candles. And then you pull back the 1 to 4 candle pullback. Maybe I went a little high. The 1 to 4 candle pullback. And then bam. All right. So that's the 4-hour. So you can watch the 4-hour for a re-entry, or you can go, or you can zoom in. Okay, so what is the 1-hour telling me, right? Like basically, once you decide to enter at 4,100, you go to the 4-hour. Okay, is there a good way for me to enter at 4,100? There actually was, because it got stuck here. Okay, what about the 1-hour? No, there was a beautiful entry at 4,000, and there was a beautiful entry right here at 4,100. So you could have used the 1-hour chart. Let me put the numerical indicator on. I wasn't even looking at it on the 1-hour chart. Oh, there was a 9 right here telling you to cool off for a minute. And now we're on a 7, right? So 2 hours from now, you may get a 9. You may get a 1 to 2 hour pullback. Like you gotta utilize your tools. Utilize your tools. I have 1,300 viewers. I know only about 10% of you have consulted with me, so most people may not have this code. But hey, search for it. You know, do some research. Other people have written this code for TradingView. It's free. You can have it. You don't need me if you don't want to, you know, cover me. But hey, if you are interested in tone-based consulting, email me. I'll be home for like a week in October and then a couple of weeks in November, and I'm going to do 1 million calls then. Well, I wish I could do 1 million calls. Then I'd have 100,000 Bitcoin, but that's not going to happen. I'll probably do like, you know, 10, 20 calls, I hope. Let's see. All right, guys, I think I'm done. D-Trash, oh God, I can't wait till this bastard falls below 0.1. So I drew this line ages ago on D-Trash, and I'm still waiting for it to cross below it. It's the same, right? Like look, here it is on a weekly chart. You see how I put this little gap right there? Like once we go below this yellow line on Bitcoin, this shit's gonna get ugly. It's the same thing here. Here's a little gap right there, right? Like the moment you fall below this orange line, this shit's gonna get ugly. I'm not gonna cover altcoins, guys. I went too much on Bitcoin. I have some comments and questions from people that have tipped. Rich, if you're around, feel free to toss questions at me. Just once again, if you are going to be in Prague, I will be renting out a conference room for about 3 hours on the 4th of October from about 5 to 8 p.m. for like tone-based 3-hour trading. I'll quickly go through the basics and then probably do this indicator. It really depends on the skill set of the people attending. I believe I have about 5 to 7 people interested already. So if you're interested, please email me at tone@protonmail.ch. The email is also in my video description. All right. And of course, come out to California. I have a trading seminar then too. I believe about 40 people signed up. So this is BlockCon conference. All right, I'm going to stop screen share, and I'm going to go to your questions. All right, guys, it's actually like 12:30 at night. I'm going to go home right after this. Hopefully my hotel is 24 hours. All right, comments from the people that tipped during live chat. Let's see. Has the 2x hard fork already been factored into the price? Okay, that's a really good question. That's a good question. I'm thinking about it. You know what? Hey, I'm actually going to pause this. Give me guys a minute. I'm going to do a quick water break, and I had a bunch of wine with dinner. So I'm not going to cut the video. Actually, I'll leave the video, and I'll be right back. So if new people show up, give me a minute, and I'm going to walk out for a minute, and I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
All right, I'm back. Had like a problem with doors.
Oh, man. All right, guys, anybody still around? I'm down to like 1,000. It's getting late. Took an extended break. All right, I'm gonna go through your questions real quick. Or maybe I'll do them tomorrow. It's like past midnight. 2x hard fork is probably priced in that it's not gonna happen. If it happens, price is gonna dip. Next, in 1 year, is Bitcoin less than 10K, 10 to 20K, or 20K? I'm gonna say in 1 year, it's between 8K and 15K. I'm gonna cheat. Next, if you had to guess the rough price of Bitcoin at the end of October, what would it be? $6,400. Next, can I be a mod, please? Just to ban somebody, I don't know, maybe. PM me. I don't even know how to set up a mod. Can you look at Ethereum over the daily, weekly, monthly? Not tonight. I know that question came with a tip. I'll do it next time, I promise. Someone says, I wouldn't pay $4,000 for a Bitcoin, yet I am happy the price of it is rising, holding both fiat and Bitcoin. Awesome. All right, you got a little break in between the questions. It's late. I think I'm going to be calling it a night, guys. Maybe I'll do one of these sooner. Maybe I'll do one over the weekend. Maybe I'll do one on Thursday. We'll see. All right. All right, guys. I'll talk to you all later.